If you shift into your wolf, I'll make you Luna. The alpha mocked. Months later, she shocked him. The kingdom of Urindor was known as the land of eternal moonlight and old magic. Tall black towers rose from silver mist, and ancient wolves were believed to guard the borders between the living world and the world of spirits. Kings and queens of Urindor were not only rulers, they were also guardians of the sacred balance between power and emotion. But in recent years, fear had started to grow inside the kingdom's heart. The old magic was weakening. Strange shadows moved in forests where wolves once howled like protectors of destiny. Among this kingdom lived a young noblewoman named Lyra. She was quiet, soft-spoken, and often misunderstood. Many nobles believed she carried bad luck because strange things happened when she was near strong magic sources. Candles sometimes dimmed. Wind sometimes moved around her like it was listening to her thoughts. People whispered that she was cursed, but no one knew the truth. Lyra lived inside a small stone mansion near the royal forest border. She spent most of her days reading ancient scrolls about forgotten magic. She was not weak. She was simply afraid of what lived inside her bloodline. Her family had always warned her never to reveal her true power. They said her magic was not meant to be controlled. It was meant to be hidden. The ruler of Urindor was Prince Kael Draven, the strongest alpha prince of the wolf royal bloodline. Kael was known for his cold eyes, sharp intelligence, and ruthless decisions during wars against dark creatures that tried to invade the kingdom. People respected him, but they also feared him. He believed weakness destroyed kingdoms. He believed emotions made rulers blind. Kael had heard rumors about Lyra. Some said she was cursed. Some said she was a secret magical heir from an ancient forgotten queen. Kael did not care about rumors. He cared only about strength. One evening, during a royal gathering under the glowing crimson moon, Kael publicly called Lyra forward. The hall was filled with nobles wearing dark royal clothing, golden crowns, and silver wolf symbols on their cloaks. Silence fell when Lyra stepped forward. She wore a simple white dress, unlike the rich royal gowns around her. Kael looked at her with cold curiosity. Then he spoke in a voice loud enough for everyone to hear. "If you truly carry wolf blood, then shift into your wolf form," he said. "If you can do that, I will name you my future Luna, but if you fail, you will leave this kingdom forever." The hall became silent. Being chosen as Luna meant becoming the royal partner of the Alpha Prince, sharing political power, magic authority, and royal respect. But failure meant humiliation. Lyra's heart was beating very fast. She knew Kael was not making a romantic promise. He was making a challenge. In Urindor, challenges were serious matters. Power was proven through strength, not kindness. Nobles began smiling because they believed she would fail. They thought she was just a fragile noblewoman pretending to have magical blood. Lyra slowly closed her eyes. She thought about her family's warnings. She thought about the curse inside her blood that could hurt people she loved. She was afraid, but she was also tired of hiding. The moonlight above the royal palace became brighter. Cold silver light fell directly on Lyra's body. She tried to shift. Pain exploded inside her chest like burning ice. The nobles watched as dark silver flames instead of wolf fur began surrounding her body. The flames moved like living shadows shaped like wings of forgotten spirits. Gasps filled the royal hall. Kael's expression changed slightly. He had expected failure. Instead, he felt something unfamiliar. Not fear, not anger, curiosity, and something deeper he did not want to understand. Lyra did not fully transform, but her magic revealed itself in a forbidden form. She was not a wolf-born shapeshifter. She was something older, something connected to lost magic queens who ruled before wolf kings existed. The magical flames slowly disappeared, leaving Lyra standing alone, breathing heavily. She did not look proud. She looked exhausted. Kael stood silent for a long moment. Then he spoke again, his voice lower this time. "The promise still stands," he said. You have proven you are not weak." But Lyra did not smile. She knew his words were not kindness. They were only curiosity. That night after the ceremony, Lyra left the royal palace without speaking to Cale again. She walked into the dark forest outside the city walls. Cale watched her leave from a balcony high above the palace. For the first time in his life, he felt confused. He had expected her to fear him. Instead, she had looked at him with sadness, like she knew something about his future that he did not know himself. As Lyra disappeared into the forest shadows, ancient wolf spirits inside the forest woke up. Their glowing eyes watched her pass. One spirit whispered through the wind, "She is not weak. She is the beginning of something older than kingdoms." Back inside the palace, Cale felt an unknown pressure inside his chest, like destiny itself was slowly tightening around his heart. He did not know that Lyra's curse was not about weakness. It was about destiny, and destiny had already begun to move like dark clouds gathering above Erendor. Months passed after the night of the Crimson Moon. The kingdom of Erendor slowly changed. The royal palace remained tall and shining under moonlight, but something felt different in the air. People could feel it. The old magic that protected the kingdom was becoming weaker. Sometimes, wolves howled at night with sad voices instead of powerful, proud cries. Prince Cale Draven continued his royal duties. He trained soldiers, guarded borders, and studied ancient war magic. On the surface, he looked strong and emotionless as always, but inside his heart, he could not forget the woman who had walked away from him without fear. Lyra had disappeared into the Black Thorn Forest, a dangerous place where old magic and cursed spirits lived together. Many people believed no one could survive there alone. The trees were tall and dark. Their branches looked like twisted hands reaching toward the sky. But Lyra was alive. She lived inside an old ruined stone sanctuary hidden deep inside the forest. The sanctuary once belonged to ancient spirit queens who ruled before wolf kingdoms were born. Broken statues of forgotten queens stood around her living space. Moss and glowing blue flowers grew over the old stone floors. Lyra had learned to survive alone. She hunted small forest animals for food. She collected magical herbs to heal wounds, but survival was not easy for her. Her curse was slowly growing stronger. Every time she used magic, dark silver flames would appear around her hands. The flames were beautiful but dangerous. They were not just power. They were part of something alive inside her bloodline. The magic felt like it was thinking, watching, and waiting for the right moment to take control. Sometimes at night, she heard whispers inside her mind. "You belong to us." She wanted freedom more than power. She did not want to become a weapon. One evening, while she was collecting glowing herbs near the river, she felt someone watching her. She turned around slowly. Standing near the shadow of tall trees was Prince Cale. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Cale looked different outside the palace. He was not wearing royal armor or golden symbols of authority. He wore dark travel clothing and a black cloak that moved with the wind. "You should not be here," Lyra said quietly. Cale did not answer immediately. He looked at the forest around them. He had risked leaving the palace without guards. That was dangerous for a royal prince. "I came to see if you were alive," he said finally. Lyra felt something strange inside her chest. Not happiness. Not anger, something complicated. "I did not ask you to come," she said. Cale stepped closer slowly. He was careful, like he was approaching a wild animal that could run away. "The kingdom is starting to weaken," he said. "Creatures from dark lands are moving closer to our borders. Our magic shields are breaking." Lyra understood immediately. She had felt it too. The forest spirits had been restless for weeks. "Do you think I can fix it?" she asked softly. Cale hesitated. For the first time, the powerful prince looked unsure. "I do not know," he said honestly. "But the forest spirits told me you are connected to older magic, magic older than wolves." Lyra felt fear rise inside her chest. She did not want to be used as a weapon for kingdom wars. I will not become a tool for royal battles, she said firmly. Kale looked at her with something new in his eyes, respect. I did not come to control you, he said. I came to understand you. Those words surprised Lyra. Kale was known for controlling situations. But now he was standing in front of her like someone asking permission to stay. They stood silently for a long time. Wind moved through the trees. The moon rose slowly above the forest, turning everything silver and cold. Then suddenly, the ground beneath them shook slightly. Both of them felt it. Dark energy was moving under the forest soil. From deep inside the shadows, glowing red eyes appeared between trees. Forest beasts infected by dark magic were approaching. Kale's body immediately became tense. His wolf blood reacted to danger. He could feel enemies before seeing them. Stay behind me, he said automatically. Lyra felt anger and warmth at the same time. She hated being protected like fragile glass. But she also felt something soft inside her heart because he did not order her. He only protected her by instinct. Dark creatures stepped out of the shadows. They looked like wolves, but their fur was black and their eyes were burning red. Their bodies were twisted by dark magic corruption. Kale shifted partially into his wolf form. His eyes became golden and his strength increased. But he did not fully shift. He was saving energy. The beasts attacked. Kale fought like a storm of shadow and gold light. His movements were fast and precise. He was born to fight. But there were too many creatures. One beast jumped toward Lyra. Without thinking, Lyra raised her hands. Dark silver flames exploded from her body. The flames moved like living wings around her back. She did not fully transform, but her magic became stronger than before. She felt pain inside her chest. The curse inside her was awakening faster because of fear and anger. She pushed her magic outward. The flames destroyed several creatures instantly, but something terrifying happened. The magic did not stop. Lyra lost control for a few seconds. Her eyes turned silver. Her shadow separated from her body and moved like a living creature behind her. Kale watched with shock. He realized something horrifying. The curse inside Lyra was not just magic. It was a sleeping ancient spirit trying to take control of her body. Kale ran toward her. He shouted her name loudly, not like a prince commanding a subject, but like someone calling a person he was afraid to lose. Lyra! His voice broke through the magical storm around her. For a moment, Lyra regained control. Tears were in her eyes. She was scared of herself. I am afraid, she whispered. Kale stood in front of her even as dark magic wind tried to push him back. Then do not fight alone, he said. He held her hand. That simple contact created strange magic balance between wolf royal blood and ancient spirit magic. The dark flames slowly calmed down. The beasts retreated back into shadows as if something stronger had scared them away. After the battle, Lyra was breathing heavily. She felt weak. The curse had drained her energy. Kale looked at her silently. Then he spoke something unexpected. I do not want a Luna who serves me, he said. I want a partner who can destroy me if I become a tyrant. Lyra looked at him with shocked emotions. She did not know how to answer. But before she could speak, ancient forest spirits suddenly appeared around them. Glowing white wolf-shaped spirits circled the trees. They spoke in ancient magic language that only Lyra could understand. The spirits revealed something terrifying. The dark magic attacking the kingdom was not random. It was connected to the witch queen who once ruled before wolf kingdoms existed, and Lyra's curse was connected to that queen's return. The spirits warned her silently. If you stay close to the prince, your curse will wake faster. Lyra looked at Kale. For the first time, she felt real fear. Not fear of enemies, fear of losing control of her own destiny. That night, Kale and Lyra stood together under moonlight. But Lyra slowly pulled her hand away from his. Not because she did not trust him, but because she was starting to fear how much she wanted to trust him. The nights in Erendor became longer and colder after the forest battle. People in the kingdom could feel fear growing inside their hearts, even if they did not fully understand why. The royal palace still stood tall and powerful, but whispers of danger moved through the streets like cold wind. Prince Kael Draven returned to the palace after visiting Lyra in the Blackthorn Forest. He did not tell anyone about her or about the dark magic he had seen. A prince must always look strong in front of his people. Weakness was something kings were not allowed to show. But Kael could not stop thinking about Lyra, her quiet voice, her fear, her strength hidden behind soft eyes. Meanwhile, deep inside the Blackthorn Forest, Lyra was fighting a war inside her own mind. The Witch Queen's voice was becoming louder every night. "You cannot escape what you are," the voice whispered. "You were born to be my vessel." Lyra sat inside the ruined stone sanctuary, holding her chest as if trying to calm her heartbeat. The magical curse inside her blood was slowly growing stronger. Sometimes she could feel another presence inside her shadow, like a second mind trying to wake up. She was afraid of losing control. She did not want to become a weapon. She did not want to hurt people she loved, especially Kael. But love was dangerous in a kingdom ruled by power. The royal court's secrets in the royal palace, political tension was growing. The Alpha Council of Erendor was worried about Kael. They believed he was becoming emotionally weak because of his connection to Lyra. The oldest council member, Duke Varus, spoke to Kael inside the royal throne hall. "Your Highness," the Duke said, "a king must choose between love and duty." Kael stood near the tall throne window looking at the moon. "I can choose both," Kael said. The Duke shook his head slowly. "The Witch Queen's magic is not something that can be controlled by emotions. If the girl becomes a vessel for dark magic, you will have to choose between killing her or losing the kingdom." Those words stayed inside Kael's mind like sharp ice. Kill Lyra, or let darkness destroy Erendor. Kael did not answer, but inside his heart he felt something heavy and painful. The dream of the Golden City that night, something strange happened. Both Kael and Lyra fell asleep at the same time, even though they were far from each other. They shared the same dream. They were walking together inside a golden city that did not exist anymore. Tall golden towers rose above bright blue rivers. People in ancient royal clothes walked peacefully. No fear, no war, only calm music from old magical instruments. Lyra felt peaceful for the first time in months. Kael reached for her hand inside the dream. "You are not alone," he said softly. Lyra wanted to believe him. But suddenly, the sky in the dream turned dark red. Black cracks appeared in the golden sky like broken glass. The Witch Queen appeared in front of them. She was beautiful but terrifying. Her eyes were dark purple, and her long black robes moved like living shadows. "You are delaying destiny," the Witch Queen said to Lyra. "You are fighting against your true nature." Lyra felt fear. "What do you want from me?" she asked. The Witch Queen smiled. "Your body, your magic, and the prince's heart. His love will make my return stronger." Then the queen turned toward Kael. "You will either love her and destroy your kingdom, or destroy her and become a true king." The dream broke apart. Both Kael and Lyra woke up at the same moment, breathing heavily, growing emotional distance. After that dream, Lyra became more distant from Kael. She was afraid that her presence would destroy him. She started training alone inside the forest ruins, trying to control her magic better. She wanted to become strong enough to protect herself without hurting others. But Kael noticed her distance. He visited the forest again one night. Lyra was standing near the river under moonlight. Silver water reflected her face. She looked tired and lonely. "You are avoiding me," Kael said. Lyra did not turn around immediately. "I am protecting you," she said quietly. Kael walked closer. "I do not want protection from you," he said. "I want honesty." Lyra felt tears forming in her eyes. "I am scared," she said. "The Witch Queen is getting stronger inside me. I can feel her watching my thoughts." Kael stepped closer and gently placed his hand on her shoulder. "I am not afraid of you," he said. Those words broke something inside Lyra's heart. She wanted to believe him so badly, but destiny was already moving faster than their emotions. The political betrayal. Inside the royal palace, Duke Varus secretly made a dangerous alliance with dark magic followers who wanted to overthrow Kale. They believed Lyra's curse would weaken the prince. They planned to capture Lyra and use her magic to open portals for dark creatures. They attacked the forest sanctuary one night. Lyra was caught by surprise. Dark magic chains appeared around her wrists and legs. She struggled, but the attackers were too many. They wanted to take her to the capital city. As they were taking her away, Lyra felt panic growing inside her chest. She thought about Kale. She did not want him to come save her. She was afraid he would get hurt. But at the royal palace, Kale suddenly felt sharp pain inside his chest. Wolf instincts told him something was wrong. He realized immediately. Lyra was in danger. He did not wait for royal guards or political permission. He ran toward the forest like a storm of black and gold energy. The awakening begins. When Kale reached the forest road, he saw Lyra being taken away by dark magic soldiers. Rage filled his heart. He fully shifted into his wolf form for the first time in years. His wolf form was enormous, covered in dark midnight fur with golden glowing eyes. He attacked the soldiers with terrifying speed. But during the fight, Lyra's curse suddenly reacted to fear and emotional pain. Dark silver flames exploded from her body. The chains broke, but something else happened. Her shadow separated completely from her body. The Witch Queen's voice laughed loudly. "Finally, you are ready." Lyra screamed as she felt her mind losing control. Kale ran toward her. He shouted her name again and again. "Lyra, fight it, stay with me." Lyra turned slowly toward him. Half of her eyes were silver, half were normal human color. She whispered weakly, "I am losing myself." Kale stepped closer even though dark magical wind was pushing against him. "I will not let you disappear," he said. He reached for her hand. Their magic and emotions mixed together, creating a protective light around them. But the Witch Queen's voice spoke one final sentence before fading deeper inside Lyra's soul. "Love will be your greatest weakness and my greatest weapon." The kingdom of Erendor stood on the edge of destiny. People in the kingdom could feel something strange in the air. The wind carried cold whispers through the streets. Birds stopped singing in the mornings. Even the royal wolves, usually proud and strong, stayed quiet inside the palace gardens. The blood moon was coming. Old legends said that when the blood moon rose, ancient magic became stronger. Good magic and dark magic both became unstable. It was a time when destiny decided who would live as a ruler and who would fall into darkness. Inside the royal palace, Prince Kale Draven stood alone in the throne hall. Golden candles burned around the ancient royal throne, but Kale did not sit on the throne. He was thinking about Lyra. Lyra stood beside him quietly. She looked tired but determined. Her curse was growing stronger every day. Sometimes she could feel the Witch Queen's presence inside her mind, like a sleeping shadow waiting to wake up. "I can feel her getting stronger," Lyra said softly. Kale did not reply immediately. He only looked at the moonlight coming through the tall palace windows. "We will end this tonight," he said. But inside his heart, Kale was afraid. The kingdom's final choice. The Alpha Council gathered inside the royal war chamber. The oldest members of the royal families were there. They were worried about the kingdom's future. Duke Varus, who had secretly worked with dark magic followers, was also present, but no one knew his betrayal yet. "Your Highness," one of the council elders said, "the girl must be sacrificed. If the Witch Queen returns fully, the kingdom will fall into darkness." Kale's eyes became cold like winter night ice. "I will not sacrifice her," he said firmly. The council members started arguing loudly. They believed Kale was becoming weak because of love. They believed kings should choose duty over emotion. But Kale spoke again. "A king who cannot protect people he loves is not a true king." His words shocked the council. Lyra stood behind him silently, feeling warmth and pain at the same time. She wanted to protect him too, but she knew her curse was dangerous. The blood moon rising that night, the blood moon rose slowly above Urindor. The sky turned dark red like burning fire. Wind started moving violently across the kingdom. The old magical protection shields around the city began breaking like glass. Dark creatures moved closer from distant lands. Their glowing eyes watched the kingdom from forests and mountains. The final battle had begun. Kale ordered soldiers to protect civilians inside the city walls. He did not want innocent people to suffer because of royal destiny wars. Lyra stood on the palace rooftop alone, looking at the moon. The Witch Queen's voice returned stronger than before. "You cannot stop destiny," the voice said. "You are already mine." Lyra felt pain inside her chest. Her shadow slowly moved behind her even when she was standing still. The shadow started forming a human shape. The Witch Queen was preparing to fully awaken. Kale's promise. Kale found Lyra on the rooftop. He knew something was wrong immediately. The air around her was full of dark magic pressure. "Lyra," he said softly. She turned toward him slowly. Her eyes were half silver, not fully human anymore. The curse was taking control. "I am losing control," she whispered. Kale stepped closer. "I am here," he said. "Fight with me, not against yourself." Lyra shook her head. "If I lose control tonight, I could destroy the city." Kale held her hands tightly. "Then we will fight the darkness together." For the first time, Lyra believed she was not alone. But destiny was already moving. The final betrayal suddenly, royal guards ran toward the rooftop shouting warnings. Duke Varus had revealed his betrayal. Dark magic followers attacked the palace from inside. They wanted Lyra. They believed capturing her would help open portals to dark realms. Battle noises filled the palace grounds. Kale transformed partially into his wolf form. His strength increased, and his golden eyes glowed with royal magic power. "Stay behind me," he told Lyra. But Lyra did something unexpected. She stepped forward. "I will not hide anymore," she said. She raised her hands. Dark silver flames surrounded her body like wings of night birds. Kale watched with both fear and pride. Lyra attacked the dark magic soldiers using controlled magic this time. She had been training to control her power, not destroy everything around her. The battle was intense, but Duke Varus attacked Kale from behind. Varus used dark magic blades made of shadow energy. Kale was injured. Blood fell on the palace floor. Lyra screamed Kale's name. Anger and fear exploded inside her heart. And that was the moment the Witch Queen fully awakened. The Witch Queen's return, Lyra's eyes turned completely silver. Her shadow separated from her body and grew into a tall, beautiful woman wearing black royal robes. The Witch Queen was finally free. She laughed softly. "Thank you," she said to Lyra. "Your love and pain gave me enough power to return." Lyra felt trapped inside her own mind. She could still hear Kale's voice calling her name from far away. Kale struggled to stand up even with his injuries. He looked at Lyra, not at the Witch Queen. "Lyra," he said, "come back to me." Inside Lyra's mind, memories appeared. Kale protecting her in the forest. Kale refusing to sacrifice her. Kale holding her hand during battles. She realized something important. Love was not weakness. Love was choice. Lyra fought against the Witch Queen from inside her own soul.